This is Fut-Afrique channel, and today I am joined by my best friend, Brian Mofokeng. I am Christophe Bongo, and today the conversation is a bit different. Before we start the conversation, though, I want Brian to hold to something that he said. Brian, you got it wrong. To MTN final.
Yeah.
You said it will be Kaizer Chiefs versus Kaizer Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates.
No. I said there's a possibility of an upset happening, but given the balance of play, Sundowns will be in the final given the balance of play. But I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, I think we can't run away from the fact that if we were to compare
football results, I think to be comparing with the what made the result. The result, either you get the ball in the net or you did not.
Okay, it's okay, Chris. I'll admit, Sundowns and Pirates in a final.
Wait it.
No, I'm not. I just think that you wanted football. You wanted good football to be played, and I believe actually it was very good. In fact, I was watching your podcast with Lufuno, and I was very impressed to see when Dove came on, as well as Siale came in, and I realized just how important, how perfect they were as players that came onto the pitch. You know, you saw even how Chiefs played yesterday with those players playing. Dove scoring a goal as well for Chiefs, and Siale was also very important for them going forward.
But you and I have done a lot of games, Brian. Over 100 games together. Sometimes you don't win a game from a starting 11. That's what many fans they don't understand. A coach does not have to win the game with a starting 11. Being on the bench does not mean you are not part of the game. So probably in the game against Mamelodi Sundowns, Tike wanted to play it that way. Tike wanted to play it that way, where he knew impact players can come in the second half and change the game, which he did.
You know, it was a game of two halves. The first half, Sundowns really showed their mettle. They showed exactly how big they are as a team. And the second half, Sundowns took the foot off the pedal a bit immediately after scoring a goal, and Chiefs went on them. You know, people always talk. I mean, I saw you were having a massive debate around the penalties and everything else. Listen, the jury's still out for that, and I believe that
the jury must go home. Not stay out.
No, listen. For me, I will talk. What's the weakness? No, listen. What I want us to do, I want to talk from a football point of view. From a football point of view, all I'm saying is we had a good spectacle. We had a wonderful game on Saturday. We have an equally good game on Sunday between Stellenbosch and Orlando Pirates. And that, for me, it is what you want to see from a South African point of view.
Good midweek games.
Exactly.
It seemed like I think Chiefs played very well midweek.
Yeah.
The way they played. Forget about the fact that they come from behind, but just the way they play.
I mean, coming from behind is something that they've struggled to do. Yeah.
But they play very good football. That is where we will get. Today, the conversations around CAF and AFCON.
Yeah.
We had to talk about the local football because it is what's happening. Mamelodi Sundowns, very shocked for 30 minutes. They were 1 goal down.
Yeah.
But once again, they shows that they're the best team.
Now they are.
In Mzanzi.
Now that they are by far.
They did not only finish by 2-1, they finished by 3-1. That is amazing. So for me, when you look at all those stuff, that is the reason why we go to the stadium. We go to the stadium to watch football. The result comes, but we go to the stadium to watch football. I think South African football, we are going back today.
I think, you know, there's always been the story that's always come up to say the last time the record that he eventually broke comes back from 2005. You know, that's how long ago that record was.
But that record, you know, it is almost false. Listen, I think Kaizer Chiefs supporters, they were very happy with that record. That is where the record is a record.
Yeah.
But when you go to the details of that record, you start realizing what Sundowns has achieved. If
you compare the two, you realize it is chalk and cheese. It's chalk and cheese if you look at the numbers, because
just explain what we're talking about.
I mean, if you look at the record the Chiefs had, it was 15 wins and 16 draws, 61 points in total. Sundowns have come up now.
26.
They've gone now a total of 26 wins and 6 draws. And if you look at the points gap, between the record the Chiefs set, if you just talk about the 31 matches alone, it is 20 points gap.
So they won the league.
In vain English, it is a 20 points gap. That's how huge that is. And to look at how they did it, it's very important.
I know we have to talk about CAF, which we should, but this is the opportunity for me to be in front of somebody who have covered over 50 Mamelodi Sundowns games live.
Yeah.
We have done. What is about Sundowns that is making them in this level? When I talk about money, I talk about money in paying players more salaries or having more players. For me, when I talk about money, it is the food infrastructure, the dietitian, the physio, the doctors, the psychologists. I don't know if I'm correct. I want you to tell me what is about Mamelodi Sundowns.
Listen, if you look at the investment that was put in by the Motsepe Foundation, the family, it is now paying dividend. They've put a lot of money into the team. That is why they have the best. If you talk about the bedroom staff, I mean, when you go to commentary, and I was watching when they played Chiefs in the first leg of the MTN semi-final. There were two analysts sitting there watching the game, and they were literally monitoring the standard football analysts watching the game. Their coach that is coaching their MDC team was sitting there taking notes as well. They were all watching the game and they were monitoring the players to see who's giving in work-wise and who's doing what.
They've got equipment in players' body that they can monitor live.
Yep. I mean, your Chiefs has it, Pirates has it, but what Sundowns take it to the next level, it is that players are there for things like being broken down for players individually as well. So you start knowing your job. You know, when Sundowns scored a goal in the first few seconds of the game,
10 seconds,
people were saying, how is that possible? And I watched Chiefs when they played on Wednesday night against Skukuru United. They did the same thing when kickoff happened. They took the ball and played it back to the goalkeeper. So it means Sundowns did a home and they know the Chiefs will play the ball from the center and it will go to the goalkeeper. So just close the passing channels, you'll be able to get the ball. And that's exactly what they did. So Skukuru almost did it yesterday, but then the goalkeeper managed to release the ball and played longer, which was what is the difference. So let's talk about that part. Then you come to the second part of the game where Rolando Mokoena put in the student of the game because he eats, loves, breathes, loves football, sleeps football.
He loves
That's him.
football.
You know?
Need to have that.
The conversation you have with him on football is something different. He talks about the psyche part, he talks about everything. And when he sits down and talks about two players in particular, just those two, we will talk about the others will spend the whole day. He talks about Peter Shaluli. He said Peter Shaluli is a different player, he's a different breed. Because Peter only does two things. Goes home, trains, plays football. That's all he does. Nothing else. Temba Zwane spends his spare time with his kids and plays football.
So saying that, I have to go back. I remember, it was so long ago that we did this. It was before COVID, after COVID. I don't remember. We saw him struggling at Orlando Pirates, where he became a coach. And I personally had a huge doubt of his age and being given that responsibility.
Where?
At the Orlando Pirates.
Okay.
I remember I was in the studio talking to colleagues when we were analyzing football. I said, this guy knows his football because I worked with him in the 2018 World Cup. This guy knows his football, but I think the job is big. Can you now confirm or still believe? Can you confirm that Roland Mokoena has get his certificate now, is qualified to take big tasks?
Listen, I mean, yes. First thing is yes. Secondly, it is the support structure. You know that there's certain things that you never talk about in football, in dynamics of football. When you have the support and you know that your job is secured as a coach, that's what happened in life. But that's what happened with Pizzo. If you remember when Pizzo arrived at Sundowns in 2012, after Johan Nieskins had just left, after they were taken out with big cars, cop cars, then the Sundowns fans wanted him out. And the president said, he's staying put. We're going to beef up his team and make sure he has the best team available. That's when he started picking those people he wanted to work with from a mobile community to come into the team. Rolando Mokoena eventually moved from being part of Clapham High School, which is a feeder team to Sundowns, where your the player that scored yesterday, they scored a goal as well, Siabonga Mapena. He comes from the youth team. He comes from a club. He comes from a school club.
So you say he's ready, but he's ready because of the support.
The support.
Didn't he?
And somebody believing believing in what he has to do.
But
the pressure.
Chairman,
Yes.
Ivan Koza could have not put him in the position of becoming a head coach if he did not believe in it. You are saying he did not have a support at
no.
Barrett, or it was age.
Let's look at the difference between the two. He arrived at Sundowns, already doing well.
Okay.
He didn't have to start from scratch.
Okay.
He became part of a team that did well.
Okay.
And he just
brought him in and said, "Listen, my boy, come here."
So he picked up a legacy that existed. He already won the dressing room. The dressing room is already won it because they have the respect for him as a coach, because they know what he can do as a coach. You arrive at Pirates. You are 31-year-old, and you got some players who are 34, 35 already.
Yeah.
We have seen so much more than you have. And
he struggled.
The team already was struggling when he arrived. The team was already struggling because Chiefs and Pirates hadn't won anything at that stage when he arrived.
Yeah.
So he gets into a team that needs to start winning things. And already got players. You need to have the buy-in of the players, because those are the people who are going to win games for you. So if the buy-in within the players is not there, and there's also a situation where you are coming in and there's no harmony within the team, you are in trouble. Your age also counts against you. What have you achieved? You are coming in, you're finding players already won 2-3 trophies.
Who are you?
We've already won the league. I mean, there's some of the players who were there in the team already won back-to-back league titles.
So what we're saying here, the answer to what is about Sundown, the support structure of the coach.
Yes.
They believe in the coach.
Yes.
The team in the field.
Yeah.
And the team behind the team in the field, which is a supporting team. Everything is coming together. Is that a lesson? Do you think that could be a lesson for all the team in PSL?
It is indeed. Look at what Pirates have done. Pirates have brought in a coach that nobody knew, but a coach where the players buy into his philosophy, buy into his structure. Took a while, but he got them a trophy. He got them 2 trophies eventually, which is very important. So now the players start knowing and believing what a coach can do.
They start building up.
I'm telling you now, the same thing could happen to Chiefs. If Mofokeng is moving in the direction, because if you can see the trajectory where they're moving, you can see, if you look at Chiefs when they played the first 2 matches and look at Chiefs now, you realize the slight change on how things have been done at the team because of the buying they brought in.
When you're talking to fan now,
yeah,
and you're talking from a position of an analyst,
yeah,
and you have done over 2,000 games, and you can see the progress.
Yeah.
But what will you tell a Kaizer Chiefs fan today, after a big win that they got midweek, they go in the weekend and don't get a result? What will you tell that fan? How will you get him to trust the process? How will you...
Patience.
Patience. How many games?
Patience.
How many years?
You can't invest in football. If you look at the most successful coaches, they never did it in 2-3 matches. They were given a year, 2 years, 3 years. So there needs to be a plan. And I think what is important?
What a fan should look at for him to know there is.
You know the first thing that's supposed to happen, Chris. You need to have the management of the team coming out and putting out a blueprint of the team to say we have to the fans to say we have a 5-year plan with this coach.
Okay.
And this is how the 5-year plan is going to be able to unfold. That's the first thing you do. But the second thing also, it is to see them play on a field of play. If you look at the team that played against Sundowns, let's compare.
Possession.
But let's take it back. Let's compare the Chiefs team that played against Sundowns on the 2nd of September.
Yeah.
All right? And compare that to the Chiefs team that played against Sundowns on the 23rd of September.
Yeah.
And compare it to the Chiefs team that played against Cuckoo United on the 27th of September.
Yeah.
You'll see the slight progression. They went up a bit. They played against Sundowns, they were sitting in their own half. We're not moving. We're just defending.
It's a progress.
So there is progress.
So tell me 2 things that you will tell a fan that is watching now. I'm not talking about Kaizer Chiefs. I'm talking about football in general.
Yeah.
How do you assess a football club that they are going in the right direction? You look at the performance, you look at the results.
Results will eventually come through. First, you must sort out the performance. Results will start coming through. Because what form does, it therefore creates a space for players to start believing in themselves. And when players are confident, they score goals you're never going to be able to see ever in your life.
We finished part one with Brian Mofokeng. We talked everything about football, which is good because as a fan, Brian, sometimes we do ignore that football is about the fan.
Yeah.
Football is for the fan. And we go to the stadium.
I call them the bosses.
The bosses.
Yeah.
We cry, we move here, we go left. The conversation continues because we do have fans. So that conversation was very important. Part two of our conversation, when we come back, which we give you time, to download, to subscribe, to follow us, to follow Brian Mofokeng. You can see his Twitter account is there. So follow us for the conversation. We will talk about African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
We just qualified. We did not qualify in the last one. So let's look at the situation and what can be our chances before we go to Côte d'Ivoire. I can't wait for the conversation with Brian.